Howdy folks, I am Ruzkiel and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last one, we had a non-stop debate that totally stumped me. And somehow, the major mistake was a camera angle of all things. I guess, maybe, yeah, the camera units had short tripods, but that doesn't mean that they couldn't set it up on a table or something. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. Mikan, you have committed a major mistake. Mistake? As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video. Oh, what's wrong with that? But I never said anything about the camera angle. Ah! So, how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video? Was that... That's real... Really? Ay, ay, ay. That's really damn subtle. That is really subtle. Way to get me, game. Gotcha. The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right? This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you? Wow. Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki? Forgive me! Huh? Huh? Oh, I was wrong. No, that's not it at all. That's not it! I mean, it's impossible. Impossible. You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remembered now. What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the damn minute. That tote bag, isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video? How do you know so much about that video? Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that only sold at the movie theater? You get two. Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember that you saw my decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember it even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake, that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible, don't you think? That's why the video isn't fabricated and I'm not the killer. So you forgive me, right? Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair. Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me. Long time no see. Well, oh no. Oh no. They just made Panic Talk action worse. It's time for the third Panic Talk action. This is probably going to be my last job during a class trial. Please humor me while I taint your ears one last time. Starting from this Panic Talk action, the reload and ammo features will be added. You will no longer able to make do with just the left mouse button. Yep, I knew it was coming. Below the temple marker in the lower portion of the screen, the number of bullets are displayed. From this point on, you'll need one bullet to destroy one remark. When you're out of bullets, you won't be able to destroy the remarks, no matter how much you mash the left mouse button. You'll be able to refresh your bullets by tapping the tab key to reload. Just like locking on, pressing the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Controls are the same as the left mouse button. Match the tempo marker either by pressing the tab key. The number of bullets refreshes based on how well you kept the tempo. Oh, that's not a good sign! If you get the timing wrong, then when you press the tab key, bullets will not be refreshed, so please be careful. Also, your ammo will be completely refreshed and will not run out during fever. If your difficulty is set to gentle, you do not need to reload. I guess this was a pretty useless explanation, even though it was the last one. That should be all the explanation for the class trials. The rest is up to you to overcome. You should be able to find it. You should be able to find it beyond this point. What you and I both yearn for. True despair. Well then, good luck and have fun. I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me. That bag is a limited item. That's why the crime is impossible for anyone to pull off. This chick, she lost it for good? Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right? At this rate, we're not getting anywhere. We gotta do something and end this. We gotta do something so I can make her admit it. Alright, before we get too far, please let me at least take a look at the buttons again. Lock on, attack, and... So, how does it... Okay, I keep thinking for... I keep going back to the old game where you gotta lock on with one mouse button and shoot with the left. So I guess just go with the left mouse button. God, that's... Okay. Oh. Just save me some dignity. It's not working at all. I can't tell what's going on. Oh, I guess I can't turn fever off. It just keeps going because I let go of the spacebar button, but nothing's happening. Theater bonus prize. That works. Oh god. I have no idea how to keep tempo with that, because it doesn't seem like the tempo of the song matches the tempo of the meter. I mean, it probably does, but for whatever reason, it seems like there's a disconnect between the actual audio and the video, and maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe not, but maybe I'm not. I honestly don't know. Whatever. Moving on. Monokuma mentioned this earlier. When you buy one bag, you get another one free! It's a common practice to make customers with bonus prizes. Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize, which means it's not impossible to use that bag in 2 separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses. Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why? It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end. Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already! Makan, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left, please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you. Closing argument. Maybe this will go better than the last several things that have happened. Alright, so what's our first stock? We've got Yoko was taped up, the surveillance camera was destroyed, turning the surveillance camera unit on, which was pretty early, but that's already shown, the ripped piece of baton lighting, and the killer ripped off the music venue's wallpaper. So, what did the killer do after the broadcast? Well, would have met up with Fuyuhiko, but it wouldn't have been any of this, I don't think. Because that's after we found the body. The body was hidden before. The killer ripped off the music venue's wallpaper. And, okay, so we show that, so that must go there. That's easy enough. The small clue that the killer left. Destroyed. But that was before. I don't know. Put it back to normal after destroying it. So there's the glue with the door. Put it back to normal after destroying it. Is that everything? Maybe it is. Maybe? Oh, good. We found the body. Oh, I guess that was kind of it. So, small clue that the killer left. Maybe the ripped piece of baton lighting? Because none of that happens. What did the killer do after the broadcast? It's none of that. So it must be this because it's tied to the. Okay, so it's because it was tied to the wallpaper. What a short argument. Interesting. Two-step letters are different somehow. Break them down, stick in half. Throughout the handbag, no Monomi's tote bag. Video of the broadcast hanging. This is what Hajime saw. Okay, so how did we create the real locked room with the glue? That's easy enough. And then I guess that leaves just one more, so... Definitely not that, so it's either that or that, which I'm gonna go with this, because it's not the same... Because this portrait is shown here. So... I mean, easy closing argument, really, surprisingly enough, considering how much was involved in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Makan this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hiyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hiyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. Which, by the way, not an easy thing to break a drumstick, just gonna say. I can say from personal experience, well enough. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, and despite the fact that they would personally seal it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hiyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Makan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Crife. Yeah, I was thinking this was going to be a bit quicker than it is. I always underestimate this sort of stuff. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna end it off here, because I'm hungry and I need to get food. So, sucks for you guys. Anyway, in the next one, we will go over our typical post-trial stuff. We'll inevitably vote for McCon and see what she has to say for herself. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.